Shalom. First of all, I start off by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to teachers, elders, and the boss of great millstone, likewise, brothers, but no deeds true. Faithfully, fearlessly, feeding the sheep unto you, brothers and sisters, doing in Shalom. Today's lesson's title: Jakes chase racist Nazis and burn their flag. Ain't playing that shit no more. Now, I'm going to show you a short clip here, and actually this happened very recently, in the last 24 hours, in Cincinnati, of all places, which doesn't really surprise me. But you can see here, you know, a lot of these Edomites, they have drunk the Trump juice, you know, and they're getting beside themselves. But, you know, see, punks are punks, and that's all there is to it. And you're going to see here, you know, let's take a look at this clip.
Today, apparent Nazis demonstrated in a greater Cincinnati neighborhood, and the people living there immediately sent the message they're not welcome. WCPO 9 News reporter Sean Delancey shows us how they drove hate out of Lincoln Heights.
People from the historically black Lincoln Heights community were quick to tell a group of people waving swastika flags on that overpass over I-75 that they are not welcome here. In fact, that black blob on the concrete right over there is the charred remnants of one of those flags burned to a crisp. Waving swastika flags, some armed with rifles. Eric Ruffin took this video of a group of apparent Nazis in Lincoln Heights where he says they called him the N-word.
Officially letting you know there is racism in America. This is absolutely ridiculous that I got to deal with this.
Other videos show counter-protesters breaking through a police line to confront them. The group that eventually grew to more than 100 took a swastika emblazoned flag and set it aflame, leaving just this blob. Charlene Evans helped set it on fire.
In this neighborhood, we do stand for something. This here turf is golden soil, and it won't be tarnished with things like that.
One man arranged bullets to spell out LH on the flag, a message not to return to Lincoln Heights demonstration.
This is something that we all need to take a stand for. We need them to know this is not the 1960s. This is 2025. We are not playing at this time around.
And as you saw in that clip, you know, they got chased out, you know, got punked, you know, and, you know, had their vehicles destroyed, flag burned. See, Jake ain't playing that crap no more. And, you know, if you're going to be out there and if you so believe in white superiority, demonstrate and uncover your face. Who are you? Because you get Jakes out there, when Jakes go out there and demonstrate, you know, and when I'm talking about Jakes, I'm talking about the so-called blacks and Americans and Latinos demonstrate, they don't cover their faces. No matter what position they're in this society, they don't cover their faces, okay? We don't cover our faces going out there on the highway and the byway preaching this gospel against these wicked people. But these punk-ass crackers, when they get out there, they got to cover their faces, you know, and they make sure they get out of the doors real quick, you know, especially if the sentry is not out there to stop, you know, the opposition from getting, you know, wild with them. You know, let's go into the book of Genesis 49 and start verse 9. It reads, Judah is a lion swelled from the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down and he crouched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? We're in that time right now, as you saw the Jake in that video said, you know, this ain't the 1960s, this is 2025. Right now, Jake, you know, is really holding back. You know, the Lord Yahweh actually is holding back his people, particularly the 2/3, from really getting busy here in Great Babylon, America, putting up with the so-called white man bullshit. And the shit, as you can see right now, you know, Trump has, you know, these Edomite, you know, their spirits riled up right now, because they really believe, you know, this make America great again and give them a license to be stupid, okay? But you gotta remember, you're still a punk, okay? Y'all still punks, man. Y'all still have that natural fear of Jakes, okay? Don't get it twisted. Now your sentries are out there grabbing Jakes up, you know, in these various towns and, you know, deporting them or whatever the case is like that. And, you know, we know this is gonna lead into Jacob's trouble, because eventually Jake is going to, you know, say, look, enough is enough, okay? But you have these, you know, regular, or whoever the hell they are behind the mask, you know, going out there flying a swastika flag and, you know, white power, whatever the case is like that. It's like, you don't have a security detail like Trump and the rest of these cats out there. Don't get it twisted, okay? Sooner or later, people are going to see your identity, your true identity, and things is going to escalate. Let's go into Ecclesiastes 7 and 7 reads, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and the gift destroyed the heart. Even though Jake, trying their best, to prosper here, Esau might give you a little job here and there, but what we see right now is it's being taken away. A lot of Jakes, and I'm talking about the Northern Kingdom tribes, not even showing up to work right now just out of fear of being misidentified as a criminal or a illegal migrant. Okay, and you have now, Dodge going after the government employees, which most of the Jakes, a lot of Jakes work for the government. It's a more easier job to get. It's more stable. Okay, it's not like corporate America, where there's, it's just blatant racism in the hiring practices, and they wonder why, the companies them are losing, But you can see right now, Jakes are looking around and they're seeing that, the little bit of dream that they had here of trying to get along with these Edomites, that's melting away. These Edomites right now, in reality, they just need an excuse to really show what they really think. Okay, let's go in the book of Psalms 37. And Psalm 14 reads, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be upright conversation, which you have the prophets out here speaking, about the wickedness of the so-called white man, all the things that he's doing, 24/7. Brothers are looking into alternative news, the regular news, what we see, on YouTube and TikTok, and even what you observe out there yourself, and even through your life experience out there, to let our people know how this man is operating. And the scriptures itself give it makes it plain on table as to how this man operates and what the intention is. Of course, we know the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai controlling all of this. So this is no surprise. Okay, this is not a shock. And another part of the clip which I took out, Jason, join hands, holding hands in a circle, and they're giving prayer to sweet Jesus, and like, oh my goodness, brothers and sisters, you don't need to see that. We already know, these are 2/3 for the most part. We're looking at how their reaction is, because they want things to improve as far as the relationship between the so-called blacks and the so-called whites here. We don't care about that, because we understand that there is a division. There's this animosity or enmity between Esau and Jacob, which is the 12th tribe of Israel. Okay, Jacob and Esau being the so-called white people. There's enmity. We're not looking for that. What we are patiently waiting for and biding our time for is when Mashiach returns and obliterate this man's kingdom. Okay, set up the righteous kingdom. Okay, and we put these people in slavery where they belong. Okay, smack that doggone pride and friggin' doggone racism right out of their asses. Okay, it says their sword shall enter in their own heart and their bow shall be broken. The Lord Yahweh Shemeshai is going to turn you racist crackers on each other. But actually, we could take a look at that actually in the book of Isaiah 19 and verse 2. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. You see this on a global scale, but locally in America, that's going to take place. Because again, you have your blue team and your red team, the Democratic versus the Republicans. You get the racist Republicans, okay, at least that's the image they present, and you get the faggot or sodomite Democrats, okay, and they're not really agreeing on a lot of things. Once these Edomites start getting impacted and affected, okay, some of them, for the sake of having more in numbers, are going to have some type of compassion for Jake's them. And that don't mean that they love you, Jake. Don't get it twisted. It's just that they're going to use you. Remember, roughly paraphrasing, if you have a need of thee, he would use thee, okay, and say, we'll want us down. Okay, and that could speak from the elites all the way down to these low-level Edomites who are going to see Jacob as like, okay, you're like a savage beast, tough, you're used to oppression. Now they're feeling the oppression, so now they want to join hands together to go up against who they think is oppressing them, which is these other Edomites. And so you're going to be clashing. So you neo-Nazi, you're not exactly the ideal type of society that the so-called white people want here in America. They kind of want to go to their restaurant and eat and wine and dine. They want the servitude of the so-called blacks and Latinos here in America. Okay, they want that. They want us in servitude to them, to make them feel good. It's not that they love us, but they can go up against you because you're impinging on their way of life. Okay, so the Lord is going to have you going up against each other here like that. And so it ain't gonna be just only just Negroes saying, you know what, hey, we don't play like that. There's gonna be these Edomites who just sick and tired of other crackers, okay, screwing everything up for them. Let's close with the book of Isaiah 19 and verse 14, because here's what's happening. Trump is a perfect puppet for the elites, and also the perfect little devil that the Lord Yahweh set up on the left side to do exactly what you see taking place, and what's going to get progressively worse and worse and worse to a level that, you know, our mere mortal minds can't even begin to comprehend. It reads, the Lord Yahweh mingle a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. And of course Egypt, which this place is known as spiritual Sodom, Egypt, to air every work thereof as a drunken man staggering his woman. Come on. You're getting rid of the workers that do all of the work here in America. Okay, you're getting rid of Jakes that clean the bathrooms, that pick the fruits and vegetables, you know, that do all the cleaning up in these cities. So what do you think is going to happen, you know, as the garbage piles up? You know, nobody's picking the vegetables and fruits anymore. Okay? The people are going to suffer. Okay? The people are going to suffer. That, you have to be a retarded man to make a decision like that. Or, you know, drunkard. Okay? Do drunk people make clear decisions? No. Okay? It says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt. As we can see right now, many businesses are tumbling right now because they want to go into this automation or AI. Okay? And two, through the hiring practices, which is that of racism, okay, here in the Great Babylon, America, they've hired just a lot of morons. You only have to be Bob or Suzanne, you know, so-called white people, and sit down in that chair, not qualified to take those managerial or decision-making positions, okay, and you're hired. I mean, take a look at a man that has failed at all his businesses out there, yet still he is the reigning Caesar or the reigning president of the United States. That just goes to show the stupidity of these people and why we need new management. It says, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. In that day, Egypt should be like unto women and should be afraid and fear because of the shaking the hand of the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shemashai, but you shake it over it. But this is the part that you doggone Edomites need to really pay attention to. Because see, when it's all said and done, when Jake ain't got no reason to kiss your ass anymore, be nice, here's what's going to take place. And our people are wicked as hell, man. They're energetic and they're wicked, and they outnumber your ass, okay? Now, we know where this is going to lead to eventually, when, you know, when they have to bring on the drones and the military and all that stuff for that. But in the meantime, you low-level crackers, you've got hell to pay. And the Lord is going to use his 2/3 that he's going to dispose of to give you that hell. It says, and the land of Judah should be a terror unto Egypt, and everyone that maketh mention thereof should be afraid in himself because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shemashai, which he had determined against it. So this is the least of your problem when you have being chased by Jakes and who are telling you, like, look here, get out of our community, man. Okay? Y'all want to see that lion. Well, a lion whelp is going to show you what time it is, okay? Because Jakes ain't playing that shit no more. Okay? Lord willing, the elect was edified. Let's close the wicked and over and on it to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh, Bashim, Rakakadash, Shalom.